Project, inspire your audience. The title of her speech is, Do I Have to? Do I Have to? Deborah Walsh.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and honored guests. Can I have a show of hands of everybody that keeps a list, whether physical or mental, of all the things you have to get done? Can I have a show of hands? Okay. A show of hands if you don't keep a list, but you know there are things that you just have to do. Well, I am an avid list maker. I love to make lists. Whenever we go on vacation, I make lists of everything we have to pack, lists of all the things we're going to see, lists at work, lists at home, lists when I go to the doctor's office. I'll share with you a couple of items on my list. Tomorrow, I have to do the laundry, I have to clean the house, I have to plant some grass in the backyard, help out with that, and I have to sew ribbons on my daughter's point shoes. On Monday, I have to go back to work. I've been off for the past week, and I have to get up really early in the morning. I've got a call with our Europe team. I have to go through about 200 plus emails. I have to catch up on all the projects I know I'm way behind on. And in the midst of this super busy day, in the morning I have to get the girls to the orthodontist, and in the afternoon I have to take our little puppy to the vet. And in the evening, I really have to work on my next Toastmasters speech, which I'm giving next week at another club. Well, you would think that with these lists, I am completely organized, and I am productive, efficient, and effective. Not really necessarily so. I'll let you in on a little secret. Something about me you might not know. I tend to procrastinate. Anybody here ever procrastinate?
Yeah.
Well, it turns out that just having a list isn't really enough. If I Google within Amazon, I can find a plethora of books and methods to help tame that to-do list. Some are better than others, and most of them will give you insight into how to prioritize, how to manage your list, organize your list. But they all miss a super important aspect. That is, you somehow need to muster up that initiative to go out there and just do it. How do you go about doing that? Well, there's the Nike approach. Just do it. You can rip off the Band-Aid. It will only hurt for a second. You can power up on the monster drinks, the caffeine, and just power through item after item after item. And what you'll get from that is the benefit of feeling unbridled joy as you can cross off each item of your list, one after the other. What if there was a better way, an easier way? What if you actually wanted to do all those items that you had to do? What if you looked forward to your to-dos? What if there was a single word that could transform how you felt about everything you had to do? Would you want to know what that single word was? Let's try it again, a little more energy. If there were a single word that could transform your life, your days, your months, your weeks, would you want to know what that word was?
Yes.
Yes. Get. G-E-T. Get. Change your have-tos to get-tos. I get to take that early morning call with the Europe team. What a privilege to be able to work with this intelligent group of new friends and help them reinvent their workflow. I get to take my kids to the orthodontist. How lucky am I to have the resources to give them the gift of beautiful teeth to go with their glowing smiles. I get to sew those ribbons and that elastic onto those point shoes. How exciting is it going to be when I see the face of my little girl when she opens up her dance bag and finds pristine, pretty pink satin shoes that have not been scuffed at all, and she gets to prance about in her class. Changing your have-tos to get-tos accomplishes three things. First, it immediately changes how you feel, your attitudes towards the things you have to do. Words are really powerful. When you're told you have to do something, immediately that defense wall goes up. Have to evokes a mandate, something that you're forced into. It's a chore, and that's just no fun. If you are told you get to do something, well, that just makes you a lot more receptive, naturally. Get to invokes feelings of privilege, a special reward, a treat, and it elevates the task itself. The second thing that this does is it encourages activity. When you get to do something, when you're more open and receptive, you are certainly a lot more apt to engage in the activity. And thirdly, it increases your satisfaction of doing the actual task. When you're open and receptive, you're a lot more able to be creative in how you approach things. And even the most mundane of tasks, you can go through with a lot more satisfaction. When my daughter Tegan was very young, she went to daycare on site of where I worked. I was very fortunate that way. And she would visit me every day at my desk. And after her 10 to 15-minute visit, I would say, Tegan, I have to take you back to daycare. And this would just, a meltdown would occur every time. And after a while, I started to understand the secret, and the conversation changed. Tegan, I have to take you back to daycare. Oh, Mommy, do I have to? Tegan, well, we can do this one of three ways. We can do it the easy way, the hard way, or the fun way. Well, the easy way, you just take my hand, we walk through the door, and I take you to daycare. That never worked for Tegan. She just wasn't motivated. I don't know if any of you have kids that were never like the easy way, or perhaps even yourself. The hard way entailed, I would just pick up child, screaming, kicking, throwing a tantrum, walk her over, dump her in the daycare. That worked. It got her from point A to point B, but it was incredibly stressful for Tegan, for me, and especially for all of my coworkers who had given me that evil eye. The fun way involved letting her stand at the top of my feet, facing out, holding my hands, and walking her out of the office and into the daycare. She picked the fun way every time. This served to transform her feeling she had to go to daycare to she got to go to daycare. It was just as fast, if not faster, than any of the other options. And it had the extra added benefit of making that moment that otherwise would just be mundane, walking out the door to go to daycare, and turned it into something fun, something special, a memory that we'll always have. So if you ever feel weighted down by all those things you have to do, I encourage you to transform your language and look at all the things you get to do with fresh eyes. No, you don't have to. You get to. And when you get to, you never have to do anything ever again.